Well, this is really a spectacular story. Imagine a 10-year-old boy who is living outside of India in the UK, obviously Indian origin. He has taken an IQ test, a very famous IQ test. It's called the Mensa IQ test. And he's got one of the best possible scores, 162. And imagine this, that is even better than Albert Einstein. Now this, what you're seeing on your screens, is actually a letter from Mensa, the organization that really conducts this IQ test. And they have actually sent this letter to him, congratulating him, telling him that his score is really a showcase of how he's, in terms of this score, better as a genius than even Albert Einstein. This 10-year-old from Ilford has shown he's even more brainy than the superstar scientist. Young Citizen Award nominee Mukund Soni, of course, that's what his name is. He's joining us now on a video right now from UK. Thanks so much, Mukund. You're just 10 years of age. What do you have to say about how smart you are? Tell us how smart you are, because this IQ test does reflect that you're probably smarter than, well, anyone out here specifically. At least it is quite amazing that you've showcased this kind of talent at such a young age.
Well, I practiced for the IQ test and I just tried my best in the exam.
Right, all right. Tell us, is there some special preparation that you did for this, or is this something that you just did out of an interest to showcase how intelligent or what kind of a genius you really are?
No, I just practiced some online IQ tests and then I went for the exam.
All right, and when you got this letter congratulating you, were you taken by surprise?
No, not really, because I knew that I would pass, but I never thought that I would get such a high score.
All right, tell us a little bit about giving the test. How was it when you actually gave the test? What was the surprise question for you, or the easiest question? How did you feel when you gave the test? Talk about it a bit.
The test was quite hard and the timing was really tight, but I thought I did okay with it.
All right, and what did you think when you heard of the fact that you've achieved a perfect 162, beating Einstein's and Stephen Hawking's score of 160?
I was really proud of myself because I was one of the youngest people to achieve such a high score, and I was actually really proud of feeling that I was compared to Albert Einstein.
All right, I believe your father's also around, Mr. Soni is also around. If we can ask him to join and sit down next to you so that we can see him also. It would be nice to be able to ask him a question. Mr. Soni, if you're listening to me, that'll be nice, thank you. If you're listening to me, all I wanted to ask was, how have you created this 10-year-old genius? And, or did you already know he was a genius before you gave this IQ test?
Hello there. Actually, we knew that Mukund was intelligent and confident boy, and he had done well in his 11 plus test. So we thought we'll just ask him to give this test and see how we cope up with this challenge. And we were really surprised when he came up with such a fantastic score. We knew that he will score well and he will be in the top 2%. But to get a score like this is really incredible feeling.
Well, I have one final question for your son, Mukund. Mukund, now that we know that you are a genius in the making, or actually, well, already a genius, would you ever think of coming back to India and using your genius nature to help where you're really from? You're obviously a kid of Indian origin. Would you ever think about that? Have you thought about that?
I might come back if I find a really good opportunity, but I can in England.
All right, we're going to ask you to answer that question again because we couldn't quite hear you. I was just asking you very categorically, would you ever think of coming to India to actually put to use your amazing skills?
I would like to come back to India if I find a really good opportunity, but I would still like to stay in England for my education.
Wow, that's amazing. Look at this, an Einstein in the making. Thanks so much, Mukund Soni, and your father, Mr. Soni. It is a pleasure to be able to talk to somebody so intelligent and so young at the same time.